Hi students. Some students has asked me to make a video on how to prepare for an interview, particularly for Tspsc. Last 1 week I am getting more requests from my registered students and also through YouTube comments and calls I am getting. So I thought to make one video on my experiences and the experiences that I have collected by asking some Tspsc selected candidates, whomever I know. I'm not sure whether I am eligible to make a video on interview preparation or not. Basically, whatever I feel about me is I don't have a great knowledge. Whatever the knowledge I have is helpful to more people. That's all. So I inquired some of the selected candidates on what are the types of questions they have asked, and in YouTube also I have watched some videos before making this video, and I will share my personal interview experiences also. So if that is helpful to you, you can utilize this. Okay, so these are only my views. So I'm not going to make a change, or I cannot guarantee you that if you follow this you will be successful for interview. So whatever I know as per the psychology of a person conducting an interview, so based on that, so what generally an interviewer looks. I did not study MBA, so I do not know anything about HR. So just with common sense, whatever I feel I am sharing this. Okay, so firstly, already you have cleared a technical examination before attending a interview, so they will be sure that technically you know something, right? So interview is just to test your personality. Okay, this is a routine dialogue which we generally hear, but still I want to talk about it. Okay, so in this, suppose if you do not know any question, the attitude that you show when you do not know a question is more important than answering the question. Even when you know the answer, the way you project the answer is also important. So whether you are behaving overconfidently as if you know everything, so the attitude that you show matters, and not whether it is right or wrong. Of course, if you give a right answer, it may add some marks for you, that is for sure, but the attitude, they actually want to test your attitude here, attitude or the way you think. So suppose if you do not know the answer, right? So at least with the attitude with which you reply will be very helpful to you. So suppose if they ask you a question, immediately you should be able to say, okay sir, I am not aware of it. So the attitude which you show there is very important. So don't never argue with a interviewer. Okay, so no one will say you what is right answer or wrong answer. They will just listen to what is the answer that you have given, because here right answer or wrong answer doesn't matter at all. Okay, so the way you project yourself is very important. Okay, and regarding dressing style, so whether it matters or not, so I have asked a few questions through for selected students, and I came to know that dressing also has some weightage in some panels. So means see, finally interview is conducted by humans. He will have his own opinions on dressing, and some will have some opinions on dressing. So better to follow dress code as per the so don't be so modern or don't be so outdated. So just whatever the general rules that we study for HR, even I do not know what are those rules, so just follow them. Try to be as formal as possible. So only that I can say regarding the dressing. Second thing, type of questions. Suppose if you are a BTech graduate, as per my experience in Tspsc, whatever I have seen, for many students they have asked about their project, BTech project. Okay, so be prepared to project your answer about your BTech project in a crispy way. Okay, and suppose if you are a MTech students, you may get a question for your current studying topics also. Some of the student has said that they were asked questions from structural dynamics, etc. And the interview will have a technical panel and also HR team. So the technical panel is generally from Usmania University. So if you have studied in Usmania University, you may meet your professor also there. There is a chance. So if generally Usmania misses, then they will be JNTU professors. But as per my knowledge, so most of them told that they met Usmania professors who are ex-Usmania students. They have told me that they have met Usmania professors also there. So recently I have made a video on why do we use pecnometer, and I have posted a question, right? So that is also a question asked by a Usmania professor in Tspsc interview. So the questions are more practical. So no one will ask you any formula there. So don't read formulas. Okay. So try to improve your basics. Only basic knowledge. Okay. So don't try to and for some question, for some people they have asked to draw shear force diagram and bending moment diagram also. Okay. So just to go through that basic SFD BMD types. They will not ask any complex loading anyway. For standard loadings anyway, most of you can draw very easily. So the main thing, just most of the repeated question was BTech project. Okay, so try to project it yourself. And I am very weak in English, so I don't want to tell you the answers for tell me about yourself. For this regular type of questions in internet, you get much better answers than my answer. So better you follow those answers. Okay, that will be the best way. Okay. So regarding the type of questions, mostly it will not be a competitive question based. Means if you simply practice a number of questions, there will be no use in attending the interview. The question will be completely conceptual to test your basic knowledge. That's all. Okay. So the questions will be from basic, and the repeated questions are for BTech project, and those who are studying for MTech just have a overview on your MTech subjects also. Okay. So you, I already said whether you know a answer or doesn't know a answer, it doesn't matter. But when you give a right answer, that will build your confidence. Finally, what matters is the way you project the question, the attitude that you have developed. Suppose if you know the answer, if you do not know the answer, the way you project yourself will matter a lot. Okay. And regarding my personal IOCL interview experience, many students has asked. IOCL in IOCL interview panel, whatever I have attended, there used to be seven people who are conducting the interview, and in this I think three are from technical and remaining are from HR, director. There are several people I do not know, and the general manager was the head for that panel whatever I have attended, and he is a civil engineer. Okay. So most of my questions that I don't remember what are the questions that were asked, but those who are preparing for PSUs, generally repeated subjects for interview are geotechnical engineering, RCC, concrete technology, and definitely your BTech project is also important. Okay. So hydrology, irrigation, there are examples where they might have asked the questions. Okay, particularly when you see engineering services interview, they will be concentrating in many subjects. But if you see in PSU interviews, which I have seen mostly in my experience, questions are mostly concentrated within these topics in my experience. So I remember the subjects, but I don't remember the questions what they have asked. But personally, after finishing my interview, whatever the feedback that the interviewers were shared, I will tell you. So don't take it negatively. The general manager head, whoever is conducting the interview, he said, we want to learn more from you, but other students are waiting outside, so we'll stop the interview here. This was the comment given by general manager sir. And another technical person who has who is a DGM, deputy general manager, he said, you made my day. He has said, you made my day. And some HR has asked me, we are very happy that you are coming to here. We can really feel that you are a very good faculty. And some of them has asked some HR questions, whether you will work for throughout the day. They have asked whether you are willing to work in a site by standing 8 hours. I used to say there are examples where I taught 11 hours by standing in the class. So standing 8 hours inside doesn't matter to me. So this was some answers that I have given. So finally, my interview experience was really very good. And why it was very good means, by the time I attended the interview, I was a GATE faculty. So I was in a position to prepare the questions. So I could face most of the questions very, very easily. And the way of my answering, they have liked it very much. Okay. And regarding the attitude, whatever I have told you, positive, negative, whatever the attitudes that I told, for that, I will tell you one example. When I am working in Indian Oil, when I am coming from my construction site to my room, I met one major accident. A drunken fellow has hit me, and I was fallen on the road, and my leg has swelled this much, and I was unable to move the leg even an inch. So I was just literally sitting on the road, unable to move. So I can feel the pain from my leg. Immediately after seeing my leg, so whatever I have talked with myself, I will tell you. Immediately after seeing that leg, I used to think like this: from tomorrow onwards, if this leg doesn't work, what shall we do? So like this only I did not feel any depression, I did not feel any sad. We have a problem, so from tomorrow onwards, what we have to do? So this is how I have tackled the situation. Even I was surprised to see I am able to think very practically. So just I am telling you the attitude which you develop. So even when you make a mistake, so don't lose your confidence. So attend your interview confidently. So I hope whatever the tips that I have given you will be helpful for interview. So if you feel it doesn't help you, just ignore the video. Okay. So whatever I want to share you, I have shared with you. Thank you. And I forgot to tell you the channel where I have watched the Tspsc interview. TV1 has conducted a program to interview all the selected candidates of Tspsc from groups also they have conducted. So by watching their experience and through my friends, I have collected these data. So if you want to see exactly the interview, the students' experience during the interview, you can watch through that channel. I think it's TV1 Telangana channel, I guess. So all the interviews were posted in that channel. You can watch them, so which may be helpful to you.